Okay, I promised you guys a video on just some general technical analysis that I use, some tools that I use. First off, I use Deck Screener whenever I'm looking up different projects. It has just about everything that you could possibly want as far as the different chains and projects. It's got every chain that you've heard of and probably every chain that you haven't heard of as well. But the first thing that you do whenever you get into Deck Screener, or that I do anyway, is I change it to candles right here, because whenever you first load it up, it'll be these lines. Actually, let me go to a different chart so that I can show you all how to set it up from beginning to end. Okay, so I open it up and then I change it to candles. These candles, green ones, mean that more people bought and the price went up during this section of time. Each one of these candles on this chart stands for 15 minutes of time. You can change that 5 minutes, 1 minute, an hour, 4 hours, and a day. See, so each one of these candles represents the lowest the price was and the highest the price was for this 15-minute chunk of time. Okay. The bottom of the candle is where it opened at, and the top of the candle is where it closed at if it's green. If it's red, then it's the other way. The top of the candle is where it opened at, like the wick right here is where it opened, and then the bottom is how far it got down, but then the actual closed off bottom is where that section of time actually closed at. And I believe that I'm correct on that. Please don't harass me if I'm wrong. I'm not any sort of a professional or anything like that. No, this is financial advice. You know the spiel. Anyway, so I go in here and I click indicators. I go down and I use the Bollinger bands, and they just kind of give me an idea of what the trend is right then. I don't have to worry about drawing the lines out, to see what's going on. I mean, I could use Deck Screener to go over here and, draw channels if I wanted, but I don't really want to. I'm lazy, I guess. So I use the Bollinger bands, and then I like to use the MACD. I think that it is probably the most useful of all the tools, in my opinion, because it just if you wait for your signs on the MACD, then you have a lot better chances of a trade going your way than not. So like if you were down here, let's see here. If you were right here, right, and you were trying to pick this up, okay, so you're like, oh, it went down to, $10. That's pretty low. And it is pretty low for Playmates, but, the node space right now is crazy. So, like, you're wanting to buy, right? And you get over here and you say, oh, well, this crosses right here. This is turning from a sell period to a buy period, okay? So, these two indicators are like, hey, so you want to look at something else. Then the third tool that I use is a relative strength index. So if you're wanting to buy something, it's a good idea to have your relative strength index pretty low for whatever it is that you're wanting to trade. And as you can see right here, with this indication here, and with it being lower than it had been in the past, and low relative strength index, then this, in my opinion, would be a buy for you, because it looks like it is about to go to the upside, and sure enough it did. So that's just the three basic things that I use. Everybody's got their own different way to do things, but that's just a very simple way. Nothing crazy in depth. It doesn't take a long time to learn how to do it. Also, I'll say always make sure that you're checking signals on whatever timeline it is that you are planning to trade. So if you're just planning to make a little quick trade, then trade from your 1 minute time period. Okay, if you're looking to make a couple hour trade or something, then maybe do your 5 minute, so on. Like if you're doing a day trades, where you're planning to keep it for a week or something, look at your hour or your 4 hour. And if you're planning to go for the long haul, I would, always take a peek at your days. Each one of these are a day. So, you can definitely get wrecked if you're looking at the 1 minute chart and thinking that something's good, and then, you look at the 5 minute chart or the 15 minute chart, just like this right here. You say, oh, look, that's a nice little pop-up. It's going to get a leg up, and then you realize, oh, well, it's actually in a downtrend right now, and that pop-up right there didn't break that trend. So anyway, thanks guys. Hope you maybe learned something, and hopefully if you guys like this, I'll put out some more videos. So thanks.